Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. I hope you're well or somewhat well, but I'm so happy that you're here. And as you can see, Carol has joined me, and I am so grateful to have Carol here also. So that's a wonderful thing. And I titled this, I think, Flipping Good Time.
Yeah.
Well, the flipping good time is I've got some things that I've finished that I'm ready to show. So
sweet. So put
that's
yourself.
all about flipping, right?
Yeah, that's cool. So put yourself big so you can show.
Yeah. Let me just see if I. Oh, there I am. Okay. Yeah. And I've also instituted the subscriber, thing. What are they calling that? You have to be
Subscribers only.
Yeah, subscriber only. And I think I had that in effect last week, and we didn't have any of those idiots last week, so I think it's working. You didn't have any idiots during your stream either.
No, I didn't, and I enabled it because of there being so much.
Oh,
I didn't want to take a chance. I haven't had any, but I didn't want to take a chance.
Yeah. Well, I was watching. I don't know if anybody saw Painty Girl yesterday. I do believe.
Yes, I was in the background,
and it was bad. It was
super bad.
And she's saying, a lot of us were thinking, well, since we're such small channels, who's going to bother us? But it doesn't matter how small you are. I mean, or how big you are. I mean, they're in Barb Oben, D.D. Williams. I mean, they're everywhere, you know. So,
and it is for our enjoyment and pleasure to block them. And so you can enjoy the lives, enjoy the streams, enjoy the company.
Yeah.
Without having to block every few minutes.
Yeah, it really messes up the flow for sure. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully it will work, and hopefully some people will. There's a lot of people that are adamantly against it for whatever reason. But my feeling is, and I think you and I feel the same, if someone's wants to stop by and see the content, they're not going to mind subscribing if they know how this works, so they subscribe.
Yeah, most of the time they'll go and they'll peruse your videos and see if it's worthwhile subscribing to before they subscribe anyways. So
yeah. And that's true. Violet said they also can leave posts, because I've had some really nasty posts, comments.
Oh, so I have mine all on approval. Every comment.
I do now too. I have a preview before, for approval.
I haven't had any comments, so I get the occasional thumbs down, but
right.
One, and it's probably the person who doesn't like my dogs when they bark.
Oh, right. Yes. People are funny, So, yeah, I had a couple. I had one that was in a foreign language, and I wasn't sure whether it was good or bad. And I didn't, so I just deleted it, and blocked them. So, good morning, Mary Lou. Good to see you. Dixie, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Exactly, Mary Lou. If you're new, you're there to scope out first before you throw 2 cents worth in.
Right. Exactly.
I do the same thing. Hey, howdy, Popo. Susan.
Susan's here.
Howdy,
she is. Oh, yes. I see. Good morning. I know she's here because she wants to see the caboodle, the cowgirl. All righty. And hi, Aunt Bex. I'm glad you're home and hope you're feeling better. And
yes, Becky. Hope your pressure's back up.
Yeah, most people have high blood pressure. And,
that's me.
That's me, right? But either way, it's not good, right? So,
hi, Jean.
Right. I don't. I'm excited that. Good morning, Jean. So nice to see you here this morning. I labeled this "Flipping Good Time," and I like to start off the streams with reading a little Robert Fulghum, and I'm just gonna. It's a real short one, so please indulge me, because again, I've been reading out of this book, And again, it's really beaten up, but this is a short, interesting one. And then I will go on to the, okay, yes, pulled out. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good reading. 170, 129 over 79. That's good. 68.
Mine's usually at 149 over 80 or 90.
Yeah, mine would be that if I didn't take medicine, but my medicine keeps it like it's perfect. So this is again, I don't know what you want to call them. They're not chapters. It's a short one, but I really, again, it spoke to me, so I hope it speaks to you. John Pierpont died of failure. In 1866, at the age of 81, he came to the end of his days as a government clerk in Washington, D.C., with a long string of personal defeats abrading his spirit. Things began well enough. He graduated from Yale, which his grandfather had helped found, and chose education as his profession with some enthusiasm. He was a failure at school teaching. He was too easy on his students, and so he turned to the legal world for training. He was a failure as a lawyer. He was too generous to his clients and too concerned about justice to take the cases that brought good fees. The next career he took up was that of a dry goods merchant. He was a failure as a businessman. He could not charge enough for his goods to make a profit and was too liberal with credit. In the meantime, he had been writing poetry, and though it was published, he didn't collect enough royalties to make a living. He was a failure as a poet, and so he decided to become a minister. Went off to Harvard Divinity School, was ordained as a minister of the Hollis Street Church in Boston. But his position for prohibition and against slavery got him crosswise with the influential members of his congregation, and he was forced to resign. He was a failure as a minister. Politics seemed like a place where he could make some difference, and he was nominated to the Abolition Party candidate for governor of Massachusetts. He lost. Undaunted, he ran for Congress under the banner of the Free Soil Party. He lost. He was a failure as a politician. The Civil War came along, and he volunteered as chaplain for the 22nd Regiment of the Massachusetts Volunteers. 2 weeks later, he quit, having found the task too much of a strain on his health. He was 76 years old. He couldn't even make it as a chaplain. Someone found him an obscure job in the back offices of the Treasury Department in Washington, and he finished out his last 5 years of his life as a menial file clerk. He wasn't very good at that either. His heart was not in it. John Pierpont died a failure. He had accomplished nothing he set out to be or do. But there is a small memorial stone marking his grave at Mount Auburn Cemetery in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The words in the granite read, poet, preacher, philosopher, philanthropist. From this distant in time, one might insist that he was not, in fact, a failure. His commitments to social justice, his desire to be a loving human being, his active engagement in the great issues of his times, and his faith in the power of the human mind, these are not failures. And much of what he thought of as defeat became success. Education was reformed. Legal processes were improved. Credit laws were changed. And above all, slavery was abolished once and for all. Why am I telling you this? It's not an uncommon story. Many 19th century reformers had similar lives, similar failures and successes. In one very important sense, John Pierpont was not a failure. Every year, come December, we celebrate his success. We carry it in our hearts and minds, a lifelong memorial to him. It's a song, not about Jesus or angels or even Santa Claus. It's a terribly simple song about the simple joy of whizzing through the cold, white dark of a winter's gloom in a sleigh pulled by one horse, and with the company of friends laughing and singing all the way. No more, no less, Jingle Bells. John Pierpont wrote Jingle Bells. To write a song that stands for the simplest joys, to write a song that 340 million people around the world know, a song about something that we've never done but can imagine, a song that every one of us, large and small, can hoot over hoot out. At one moment, the chord is struck on the piano, and the chord is struck in our spirit. Well, that's not failure. One snowy afternoon in deep winter, John Pierpoint penned the lines as a small gift for his family and friends and congregation. In doing so, he left behind a permanent gift for Christmas, the best kind, not the one under the tree, but the invincible one of joy. So John Pierpoint wrote Jingle Bells. So there is your trivial fact of the day. So if it ever comes up, who wrote Jingle Bells? Now you know. I would say he was a great success. Yep. Yep. I really like that little story. Postscript. In the winter of 1987, in the Methil Valley of the Cascade Mountains of Washington State, I finally got a long-held wish. The snow was 3 feet deep. The temperature hung at 0. The sky was clear. The sleigh was open. The horse was dappled gray with red harness and bells, and we dashed over the snow, laughing all the way. So that's another little, I guess, I don't know what you want to even call these, but I love this guy. So that's your John Foldrum for the week. Now, I know the anticipation, I am very happy to share with you my cowgirl journal. And it kind of jingles all the way too. I have the bells that came in the kit. So here's my jingle all the way. I should have read that one at Christmas time.
Make yourself bigger, Ann, so they can see full
Okay,
screen.
I will. Thanks. I always forget to do that. Okay. So this is the Cowgirl journal that came from Rosemary's Caboodle kit. You know, the whole kit and caboodle. I think that's where the name came from. So this is my spine. I had these little thingies, so I added them on strips of leather that came with the kit. And so I put Annie Oakley on the cover. She's a pretty fascinating lady. I have some great trivial information about Annie Oakley also, because I like to know who I'm doing things about. So, and these are just little grommets, but they don't go through. They're like faux. I just put them on the top of this strip of leather and then glue that all down. All right. So let's see if we can get in here. Oh, okay. Not too bad, right? It's chock full. So this was it's got like a 3-file thingy. It's a special type of office folder. And I made some tags. I did a lot of stitching. I stitched every single little piece that came in the kit. I stitched everything on my little sewing machine. This is made out of, this is a new Amazon packaging. I don't know whether you people have seen it yet. Good morning, Cheryl and Janet and Amy. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. It's a new packaging. Instead of the plastic bubble wrap packaging now, it's paper that can be, recycled like a cardboard box. So it's got puffy stuff in it. So I just thought it'd be fun tag. Again, I stitched around everything, another little piece of, and then I had to include the picture of me. I was the reluctant cowgirl. I didn't want to be a cowgirl. Oh, here's another tag that I made. This tag actually has a pocket. And all of these images were in the kit. There was a ton of images. I didn't want to be a cowgirl. So I have a magnet here. I love using magnets. See? Hear it? So So I made a belly band, and here's a picture of me. And I am crying. And a lot of people in here have already seen this picture. But I'm crying because it's a cowgirl outfit, not a cowboy outfit. And I have the gun in my hand, but I am very upset. Like, what are you doing? This is a skirt. I don't want to be in a skirt. So that's my cowgirl. But she, obviously, this picture belonged in here for sure. And I just glued a map over here. Now, I had gotten these in a Flow magazine. And so that's what inspired me to make these. So I've got cowgirls on a stick. And I think they came out pretty good. I found the pictures and I uploaded them to Google Drawing. And in Google Drawings, you can flip the pictures 90 degrees. So it was this way, and then I flipped it 90 degrees, and then I was able to get both sides. Now, it was not real easy cutting them out, but I managed. So we have little giddy ups and to play with. And they go in here, like so. Well, I guess I should take them out for now. And then just more stuff. This was supposed to be like a ruffle. You know, I ruffled the, this is a bandana tissue, no napkin that we took apart. And here's some more pictures that I stitched around. Now we made this, and the binding on this was really kind of a cool binding that Rosemary had fashioned. Where you have holes and you kind of goes in like so. I carved a horseshoe stamp, and then I stamped it here. And then someone said to me, horseshoe stamp is supposed to be facing upwards for good luck. So I don't know. Maybe I stamped it upside down. This is the first notebook that I made. There was enough to make 2 notebooks. So this one is dedicated to Annie Oakley. And again, another one of these tags that and these are rub-ons that I had laying around. So I used a whole bunch of those up. And this was some watercolor boots. And someone in the group designed one of these boots. Does anybody remember that story? No? Okay. Cowgirls on a stick, yes. So what I did is I went online and I went to Wikipedia and I printed out the article or the little brief biography of Annie Oakley. She was born Phoebe Ann Moses, and but became known as Annie Oakley. And so this is parchment paper, and I distressed it. And these are these little number things. They were part of the kit too, so I stuck those in. This is a master board. This I made this page. This is her husband. He challenged her to a shooting contest, and he lost, but fell in love, and they got married. His name was Frank Butler, and he's a pretty handsome dude. So that's the Annie Oakley and her husband, Frank Butler. And career and touring and such. Some more pictures of her. And she joined Buffalo Bills, show when she was 15. And the interesting thing here is she actually became friends with Sitting Bull. Sitting Bull was part of after he was paroled, he became part of Wild Bill Buffalo's Wild Wild West show, whatever they called it. And he was so impressed by Annie that he offered to pay $65, which would, in today's money, would be almost $2,000 to have his picture taken with her. It says, yeah, Oakley Skills that he offered $65, equal to $1,960 today, for a photograph of him and her together. According to Oakley, the admiration and respect was mutual, and only increased as they spent more time together. So they became really good friends. And later on in life, I really love this picture. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad. Whoops, sorry. This is Annie and Frank, and I love this, and their dog, Dave. I love the name. It's just so simple, right? And Dave. And then when she passed away, he basically stopped eating, and he died 18 days later. And so that's a very brief little something about Annie Oakley, but she's a pretty fascinating person, and very talented and pretty cool. I made this out of, this is just pieces of thread from the sewing machine. You cut that all off, and just leftover pieces. Another pocket. Again, I stitched everything. I think this is the boot that somebody in here designed. There was a boot drawing contest for Marlboro, and one of our crafters, let me see. You hang them up so your luck doesn't run out. Okay, all right. Well, I'll bring out the stamp, and I'll stamp the rest of them on the upswing. Okay, I wasn't sure of that. And so I took, again, this was one napkin, and I took apart this napkin and used it, almost the whole napkin. And it was the blue boot. Teresa did the blue boot. Okay, thank you. I knew somebody knew that. Yeah, knew that story. Hi, Deb. Good morning. Glad you can be here, in and out or not. Just being here is wonderful. And then Rosemary showed us how to make these little flippy doos. And they all have pockets. Again, I stitched them. And here's another one with a pocket. So we got lots of flippy doos. This is something that I got this on Graphic Fairies has a Western bundle, which is not that impressive, but they did have this in a postcard, so I did print that out from Graphic Fairies. They didn't have a whole lot of cowgirl stuff. So this is, again, more of the ephemera that came with the kit. So I did, and then they had some of these really kind of, I think these are like grade B Western movies that were kind of like, you got this crazed person going after this woman, but she's got a gun in her hand. And you can see this, it kind of looks like spicy Western stories. So I don't know whether these were movies or the cover of those dime novels, but I think they're pretty funny. And here's another one too, the Arizona Kid. And there she's tied to a horse, little sexy cowboy girl stuff going on there. I think that's kind of funny. Who knew, right? And then I made this page because I didn't get, and some people got one that said wanted dead or alive. I didn't get one. So I went online and I downloaded a template for a wanted dead or alive. And it was a template, and then I could add this picture. Now I don't know who this woman is, and I don't think she was a criminal. But anyway, I made this little thing to put here. And then I went crazy with those little rub-ons, because you have rub-ons, and then you go, what am I going to do with them? And I just stuck them anywhere and everywhere. And I ended up with them on. They were so old, they were sticky, so they ended up on my fingers. So I had bits and pieces of rub-on my fingers. It was hard to get off. So this is just, I use this kind of as a photo album. From, again, all of these pictures and images came from the kit. So that's another little, and then I have a belly band. And this is another one of those Graphic Fairy. And I used the, some scraps of leather from the kit. And again, I sewed this onto some cardboard that came with the kit. And this was a beautiful boot, and it's raised up a little bit. I just have it glued on a piece of cardboard to give it some height. And I've got another, this was some rusty fabric that Rosemary does such a beautiful job with. So I made another little book. We got rusty bits. We got paper clips and rusty bells. So I made another little book here. Another rub-on. Whoops. Another tag. This goes on this side. I got a little love charm because they're in love, and this guy is wanted dead or alive. Justice. I added that to this, and I'm sticking that there. And then I have my another picture of me as a kid. This is my X-rated cowboy picture. I'm very happy here because they don't have me dressed up in a cowgirl outfit. I'm just on a horse with just a pair of shorts on and my cowboy boots. And I was 3 years old when this picture was taken. I guess these people these people came through the neighborhood with the pony and they took pictures. So I'm very happy in this picture because I'm on a horse and I'm not made to wear a cowgirl outfit, I guess. But you can see I had boots and they looked like they were fairly worn boots. So I had to include that. And then let me see if I can't fold this up. I have to have a pop-up. That seems to be a thing now. I have to do a pop-up. Put my cowgirls on a stick over here so they're safe. This is another little piece that came in the kit. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just stuck it here. I've got some more tags over here. Again, I made, more tags and some more tags here and tags here. This is the napkin, what's left of the napkin. I made another pocket. This material came, I found this guy in one of those things that we have. We can cut out pictures and stuff. I just like the way he was smiling. And here's my little pop-up. And let's see if you can see it. You see it? Yeah, you can see it. That came in the kit and was like a little paper doll. And so I found the backgrounds that I thought were kind of suitable. And so that's my little pop-up. So there's the pop-up. And that goes like so. Like so. And then this opens. Oh, and then I have another one of those little pieces. I put on a piece of leather and added that to that tag there. And this opens this way. And here's a big picture. That came from Graphic Fairies. I printed that out. And let's see. And you saw that. So that's it. That is the Cowgirl Caboodle kit. And I think I did a pretty good job. And I think I did it justice. There's not much left of the kit. I'll tell you what. There's not much left. I pretty much incorporated everything. But you can see all of this, other than those couple of images that I printed out from Graphic Fairies, all of this was in the kit. Now I made the book is made out of a book that, you know, I buy Dollar Tree books, and then I got them and then make them. Well, the other thing I did buy is I bought the metal. I bought the metal, you know, these things. I bought a package of these because I was going to make them, and then I found them a really good price for them on Amazon, of course. And and I don't have anything on the back. But this material was in the kit also. This material was in the kit. This material was in the kit. So I'm glad I was able to show it to you all. So thank you. Now, I said flipping good time, so I have one more flip for you. And then something else too. Oh, don't do that to me. This is Becky's, our spring journal. I finished that too. Let's see comments. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Square. Who did square dancing? Can I go up here? Whoops. No. We did. Oh, I lost it. We did square dancing too. In school, we had to go. That was gym. One of our gym units was square dancing, and that's when you didn't really want to touch a boy, and you'd have to do-si-do, and oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. And following directions, yes, ta-da, it's amazing, and tells us. And yeah, that's right. Thank you guys. Yeah, the pictures are fun. I had a when I did the funky fish caboodle kit, I had a picture of myself dressed up as a pirate. So I included that picture in the funky fish kit because pirates and water and fish, it all kind of went together. So, and this is the spring journal. Becky, I watched you do the binding, and I don't have ribbon. And even if I did have ribbon, I don't know whether I would have attempted that. So I kind of copped out, and I used rings. And I might, if I'm feeling, you know, adventurous, I might. Becky did a beautiful. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch Becky when she finishes up her spring journal. She does a beautiful, like crisscross with beautiful ribbon. But this was pretty chunky, and Becky walked us through this. And so, in the first and last page, this is foam board, so it's a little thick. This is washi tape that I used to cover the foam board. So, and then Becky, we did a pop-up here too. And I did Peter Rabbit. And I have, oops, I ate the whole bunny. And he looks like he just ate a whole chocolate bunny. So that was my pop-up. And then we did a zine. Now, I did a zine, but I just basically, my zine was a bit of a cop-out. I just did a collage. I just glued pictures that I thought were pretty, you know. But some people did zines. I didn't. I just did a little collage type of thing. And then we made this expandable pocket for the zine. And then we made this. And so every week or thereabouts, Becky had something for us to add to the journal. And it was a lot of fun, but I know it must have been a lot of work for Becky to put all of this together and then to teach us how to do it. So this was a little, I don't even know what was. Oh, it's a little, oh, whoops. I'm supposed to put something in here. I forgot. I'll have to go back. I think maybe little watercolor pictures of spring-like things or maybe flowers. I didn't open it, so I forgot what was supposed to go in there. So I'll have to go back and put something in there. And this is just, I don't have really ribbon. This is that, what do you call it? Paper ribbon, that real cheap stuff that they, they put scissors to curl them up. But I have to go back and do that. I found these cool pictures. I thought they were very springy or summery. And then we did this. We built these pockets. And again, this was fun to do, a challenge. You had to line up the pockets, and I put little pictures behind mine. And this is the last page, and I don't know if you can see what I did here. Becky's is beautiful. When do you see Becky's? This is aluminum. This is a pop can, a soda can. Through my die cut, I have those die cuts that make flowers. So this is a flower die cut, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I kind of, yeah, you can. I kind of drew in kind of like petals in with a scratched into the aluminum to give you some, I guess, to make it look like something. I don't know what the word would be. And then this is another die cut of some grass or something. So that was the thing that went on my last page, because the last page was another like window with stuff in it. So that's the spring journal. And it will. I'm not gonna. Okay. We have another journal. We have a summer journal from last summer, and I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I'm going to find it. And Becky's now talking about doing a fall journal. So eventually we'll have one for each season. A lot of fun. So thank you again, Becky, for going through all the work and research and finding these things, and then teaching us how to do them, because it's a learning curve. I know for me it is, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. So thanks again. So that's the spring journal. And last week, I made, or 2 weeks ago, this was a Somerset Studio craft. And you took pictures and you put them inside of tea bags, and then you kind of put them on paper and decorated the tea bags. And so I made, and then you just put these in journals and stuff. So I made a shitload of these. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Well, I'm going to make a little book today. So, but anyway, I have a whole, these are like, these aren't found relatives. These are my relatives. I am fortunate enough again to have, so these are not random people. These are people that I know. And I even put their names on some of them. This was Julia, my grandmother. I was afraid they were going to get all tangled. Great grandfather. Does he not look like a Fritz? He was Fritz. He does look. So you take that, you empty the tea bag. It's an unused tea bag. You empty the tea out. So I've got a lot of loose tea. And then you open it up, and then you insert the photograph, and then you she used matte medium, but it was too dark, so that this is clear gesso that I used on all of these. So they're all sealed. I didn't name them Fred because I didn't put the name of the people that were Fred. I didn't put Fred on them because there are so many Freds in my family. It was a little bit redundant. This is Fred. This is Fred. Let's see. This is Fred. I guess that's it. There's 3 Freds, and I identified one. So anyway, and this is what happened. They all got tangled up, and I had them all untangled. So that's about it for me. And I'm going to be working on a little tiny Ava Crafting Bohemian crafting. Yeah. little book that I'm going to be able to stick some of these in. So, Carol, let's bring you back in and let's see what you've been up to. How do I make you big? Is Carol there? Carol? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
I was muted because there was a truck that went up and down.
Oh, no, that's disastrous. Yeah.
Yes, it is bad timing on their part.
Oh, that drives your poor dogs nuts, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry it interrupted your reading a little bit.
Oh,
but
no, that's all right. That's
you
all right.
because I wanted to, I had to shut doors quick so they wouldn't run outside and jump fence.
Oh, gee, that would be awful.
It's just crazy, crazy puppies. Well, a while ago, I made this journal. And if you remember, I had taken apart a few pages out of another book that I had purchased a long time ago. And these pages are very porous, like,
Yeah, there you are.
and they just suck everything in, and they're not very good for really a lot of things. For gluing on, maybe it'd be perfect, and maybe acrylic paint to make it more sturdy. But I wasn't happy with it, so I just threw them off to the side for a while. But I had made this book
Ooh, it's
a
pretty.
little while ago, and the fabric might look a little familiar. I think I sent you some dragonfly, a square of dragonfly material.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was making some of my quilts out of, my quilt blocks, which I still
Oh, okay.
put together. So what I did was I made this one, and it has the material on the inside holding the binding together. And then I put tabs, lace tabs. I glued them on. And then I
Oh.
have all this I don't know what to do with. But I put 2 signatures in each hole.
Oh, wow.
So it's a small book. It's not very big. It's let's see, 4 by 6, but
Yeah.
it's got like a 2-inch, 3-inch,
Wow.
3-inch spine. And I have 2 signatures in each hole. So what I did was those papers that didn't really stick very well, I cut out
Oh,
my stuff so I can put it on here, because in here I have sketch paper, watercolor paper. I put in some deli paper. I've got black paper, so I can use like fluorescent colors and stuff on there with the a lot of the nature stuff that you sent me, so I can add it in and then do doodles along with it.
oh, super. So that'll
So
be great.
so in each hole there's 2. I put 2 in those holes, and then I just used a punch. I couldn't find my awl at the time, and a
Uh-huh.
needle wasn't a really good option for me, so I had this punch, and all I did was just take it and punch the edges,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and instead of poking holes, I just punched the edge. So each signature has the same stuff in it. So I figured this would be a lot nicer for my nature journal, because it's a lot sturdier,
Yeah, absolutely.
or a lot sturdier, and it's held together. I took a piece of cotton material
Yeah.
and glued it on. So that's where I'm at with this. So that's the beginning of my nature journal. Now I just got to figure out which glues to use, because I have the glue stick, but
Mm.
what's your favorite glue to keep things on so it doesn't come off? Because I found, even with this glue stick, it comes off when it dries.
Yeah, I have so much stuff, and as you said, those pages are not the strongest, so you don't want to really use a wet glue.
No, I have Yes Paste, but
Yeah,
you know,
Yes Pace is great, but I think there's a real learning curve.
yeah, you have to. It's a thin layer,
Yeah, I
basically.
mean, yeah, you have no wrinkles though. I mean, it's a beautiful product, and nothing's coming up if you use
And I have acid-free PVA glue because if I'm going to make this for myself
Yeah.
or sell, so whatever
Right.
the case may be, that I don't want like uh, I don't want it to come apart. I
Right.
want it
Yeah.
to last forever. So I used a good PVA glue,
Mm-hmm.
put this down,
Yeah.
but that's what I want to do. Like I'll use that other paper and stuff to do texture and make my designs on maybe,
Yeah.
but it's hard. You can't use a dip pen or a fountain pen
Right.
on it, and I really like to use these to make special characters and stuff when I'm
Yeah.
writing. So that journal is pretty much just ballpoint pen.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
But but in the signatures, you did include some heavier paper that you could use some other medium.
not in that one, no. It was just all
Oh. Oh,
paper.
okay. I thought within those
Oh,
signatures you
right?
had like. Oh, okay.
No, this one I just put all the same paper, and
Oh,
it's the same, it's very,
yeah. Yeah.
very fragile. Like
Oh, wow. Yeah.
it's it's
Yeah.
very grainy. It's
Interesting.
I'm, I don't know what to call it. It's not exact. It doesn't look like homemade paper because my homemade paper doesn't tear this easy.
Right. Well, I guess and that becomes a glue book, right? I guess you just
Pretty
glue
much.
them.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
But
then your question is what kind of glue?
yeah, I want a glue. Like I have acid-free PVA glue. I just want to know what you're using to make it last forever. You put a lot of work into your journals. There's
Amazon.
a lot of detail and a lot of work. So what glue are you going to use to make it last forever so it can be passed down?
I use Amazon.
You use Amazon glue?
They're basic glue. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm, I've tried all of the expensive glues, the Oohos, the Ahas, the Oh Boys, and Scots, and this stuff is. Where am I? This stuff is really.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this. You can't see very well everything.
Yeah. This stuff is it is sticky. The only complaint I have of it is you really don't have much wiggle room. I mean, once you put it down, it's down. I mean, some glues give you a little wiggle room if if you can maybe scooch it here or there. That's not the case with this stuff. And I pretty much those journals and most of all that gluing was done with this. And then, of course, some of the fabric stuff I was using the 3-in-1 stuff. And then I also have the PVA, kind of the Elmer's white glue, but that's what's in one of these things here. That's a mixture. But
Exactly. See, that's what I'm afraid of. She opened up old journals and nothing was attached anymore using a glue stick.
yeah. Well, I can go back. I mean, I have old journals. I don't know how old we're talking. I have some journals that are a couple of years old, and I don't know what I use. I didn't use Amazon because I didn't know Amazon. I don't think Amazon had glue sticks a couple of years ago. I think this is a relatively new product. But I've used Yes Paste. Yeah, I don't have anything that would be older. You know what I'm saying? So so I don't know what would save, the test of time. But Pam from the Paper Outpost, she's recommending this glue, and she does a lot of gluing. And I've bought it,
Scott,
and it's Scotch Create. It's called Scotch Create. It's not cheap. Um, it's okay, but I don't think it's any better than the Amazon Basic, in my opinion.
huh.
So anyway,
Well,
it
it's
says
Scotch.
here
I mean,
apply
that's
at least
a
2
brand
strokes.
name. So, Scotch could also create the Amazon brand. You just never know who creates
Right,
it.
that's true. Yep. That's true.
And show the sticks closer, please. And
Oh, I'm
Nettie is
sorry.
saying glitter glue. Well, glitter glue is quite expensive up here.
Yes. And I have the Barely Art stuff too, which is like the glitter glue. But here's the Scotch. It's called Scotch Create Glue Stick, permanent, photo safe. And it does say, it's interesting, under directions, it says apply at least 2 strokes. Whatever that means. I guess you go over it once and then you go over it a second time.
So you're using double the amount.
Right. I don't know. I mean, for the initial stick down, and this doesn't have this reason why this reminds me of Amazon is it doesn't have much of again, wiggle room. You know,
Scotch Quick Dry.
it's Scott Create Glue Stick. Oh, and Becky's saying, what's she saying?
She loves the Scotch Dry.
Oh, it's Create. It's this now. Yeah,
That turned it over to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, if you look at all my glues, and then there's matte medium. Some people use matte medium to glue down everything and anything, you know.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking more on the acid-free side because I want it to last.
yeah, right. And I know people that use gesso, clear gesso to glue stuff down with. I know. I don't.
I would use clear gesso for that, but
I know. I've seen people, and then people use like heavy gesso to literally glue down heavy. I mean, like thick chunks of cardboard. But I don't. Again, I don't know how long that's going to stay put. That's the thing.
yeah, I'd pull out the stinky E6000 for that.
Yeah, right. And actually, you know, what really is good too is, you know, just a hot glue gun. That really sticks good too.
I see Deb is also asking about do you have to set up the subscriber only every time you go in? I think Becky could answer that too. I've only just started, so I don't know myself.
I set it up once, and I didn't set it up today, so we'll find out.
Because it doesn't say, did it?
I mean, there's a save button, so that's a good question. And Deb's looking for it. Deb, I can, after the stream, I can send you. I've sent a couple of people a YouTube video.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to do it. A YouTube video.
And the guy, you cannot. And Arlene is the one that sent me the link, and you cannot understand a word the man says.
Oh, thank you, Janet.
However, he shows you. He's got screenshots with arrows, so you don't really have to understand him. You know, he shows you exactly where to go and how to set it up with, you know, screenshots and arrows. So, yeah, but if you can understand them, that's better, you know. Yeah, but I can send that to Deb if she wants. I don't see, she may have left. I don't know. It's not that complicated. It's just kind of hard to describe without showing somebody how to do it. And it's a good question. Do you know, Becky, do you know whether it's once you set it up and save it, is it a good thing? Oh, she can't even find the button. Yeah, you have to go. Well, I'll send you the link, okay, Deb? And Janet, I sent the link to Janet, and I don't know whether she.
That's where I found it in the beginning. Is when you're setting up your stream.
Right. So I don't know. I only did it once. I didn't do it for this stream, so we'll see whether anybody pops in or not. Huh. I assumed, but you know, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Okay. All right. I will. I will share it out. I will put it in the groups. That's a good idea, Ampex. Okay. Yeah. Because Arlene was kind enough to, and she even said, I can't understand the guy, but it's short because some of the videos go on and on and on. This is 2 minutes long. He goes in and out, and you know, You
Hi,
can
Lori.
follow them. So,
What are you doing, Anne? What are you going to be making today?
oh, well, I am going to be making something to at least stick a couple of these in. And it's a Ava Bohemian Crafting little booklet. I watched her this morning. It's a Patreon thingy. And, she is just amazing. And you make it out of just one 12 by 12 sheet. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Cool.
And I will kind of talk you, or, I'll work on this. Are you going to be painting, and are you going to color in your giraffes?
Yes, I am.
Yay, they are so cute. I was going to use a composition notebook to start my Linda Berry thing, right?
Oh, yes. I want to do some more Linda Berry.
It won't work because the composition notebook I have, the paper is so thin that
I think she glues two together.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, or, she must, because I started doing a border like you had, and I was using the Fude. That's how you pronounce that pen. It's Fude.
Fude?
It's a
Oh,
Fude pen.
alrighty then.
Because I heard someone else mention it in another stream, Fude.
I couldn't figure that out for the life of me.
And, and I'm just talking about the beginning of it, Fude. It's a Fude pen. And I tried it on the composition paper, and it bled right through. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right through. That's how bad this paper. So I'm either going to get another type of notebook, or I guess I could glue the pages together. But yeah, it's called Fude. Not the whole word, but just the Fude. Sometimes you just see it as Fude.
Yeah.
Fude. No, it's Fude. Well, anyway, those things are wonderful. So I'm going to have to decide on some other book to do that in, because the composition notebook or glue the pages
over
together.
1K views, but from everywhere in the world. That's,
Yeah.
You know what? If YouTube made a boo-boo, oh well.
Right.
It's in your favor.
Right. Who made a boo-boo?
YouTube. She
Oh.
said their stream had over 1K views.
Oh yeah.
Was convinced it was a mistake. I had a couple that ended up like that. So just, if they want to give you the views, that's fine.
Yeah. Do they go towards something?
Your hours for getting
okay.
monetized.
Okay.
Up here, maybe in the States they're under 15, but up here they're like $22.
What are we talking about?
These pens.
Oh, okay. All righty. Okay. Yeah. I haven't looked. I bought a new camera, so I haven't set it up yet. It was not an expensive one, but I don't know why I didn't need it, but I did get one.
Yeah, I've had a couple that have gone over 1,000, and it's amazing because all the rest are bordering 200 to 300.
Right. Yeah.
4 to 5, but I've never had that many 1,000 viewers.
Yeah. Lori glues her composition pages together.
If you
Now,
want,
I went after Deb, messaged me earlier in the week and said that she had 500 or something like that, and then she messaged me again, and I guess it was 700 and something. So I went and looked at mine, and I had 700. I had 748 views, but that was for the month.
Yeah. Well, this is on one video, so it's like
that's really. Well, are the comments in English? the ones that are from China and Bangkok. They're not in a foreign language, so you can at least you know what they're saying. Thanks, Janet, for posting the link. That's weird. That is weird. That's great. Super.
Yeah.
Take
Take
them.
what they're gonna give you.
I don't think they can take those back. You know, I had, I was up to 518. No, 519, and now I'm back down to 517. So they keep on going up and down. Let me just look in here. The lady that cuts my hair said that she might come in. I don't see her. So if a Brenda comes in that you don't recognize, I don't see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be working on this little book. And if you ever watched Ava, she's so funny when she's talking, when she does her measurements. But this is a 3-inch, a 6-inch, and a 9-inch. And then you turn. And do a 6-inch. This is kind of like, those, the books we make, the zine books that's made out of one sheet of paper.
Yep.
It's kind of like this, very similar to that. And, but she made 2 styles of books. And then if you're a patron, you can print out she always has free digis to go with them. So you're going to fold this. I'm just going to be folding. But since I have all of those pictures, right? Need something to. Yeah, she makes me laugh too, Amy. She's hysterical. And she's very, very, oh my gosh, very, very, very prolific. I mean, she's cranking out, and she makes some journals that are just, I am inspired by her all the time. My Alice in Wonderland journal is inspired by her. The mechanisms, many of those mechanisms, they came from Ava. That was a wedding album. So what she built was a wedding album. So I took that concept of what she used as a wedding album and, changed it a little bit and turned it into my Alice in Wonderland journal. But it started out as a wedding album. Okay, so again, this kind of looks like our regular old zine. And we're going to cut it to here. So this is 12 by 12, any 12 by 12 sheet. Let's see if I can cut straight. To there. And then you're going to go like here, 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 and then here, 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 here. So that's just like a zine, right? Like so. Like so, like so, like so. Now, she stitched all around this. And I won't do that because it would make too much noise. But,
You could always do it after, though, couldn't you?
Yeah. But if I put it together, I can make another one. Actually, well, it doesn't. I mean, I could always, if I wanted to, I could always do, draw stitching across this. That's always fun to do with a fine point pen. I like to do that. That's kind of very relaxing. So this is going to be a pocket. And she's, oh my gosh, she is all over pockets. I've never seen anybody with pockets and belly bands and booby bands and, sticking places. And she just, so this is going to be a pocket. So I'm going to, even before I glue it together, I'm going to do the little, I don't know if you can see me or not. Do the little thingy here. That's going to be a pocket. This is going to be glued here. So, and this is going to be a pocket, a side pocket over here. So she'd figured that all out. And she does all this before she glues it or sews it, which makes sense. And then these two, this is going to be a pocket. So I'm going to do the little indent tabby thing here. Okay, and pieces of flying all over the place. Now we're going to glue it, and I'm going to use Barely Art Precision Craft Glue because I like the mechanism. You can buy these tips and put anything. So since this is going to be a pocket, I'm just going to glue this across the bottom. And up the side. This is a pretty good glue that comes in this thing. And I haven't changed the glue. It's still the original glue. And it grabs pretty quickly.
Hi, Elise.
What did I do? Did I screw it up already? No. Hi, Elise. Good morning. You know me. What did I do? I don't know what I glued. I glued that though. That's right. What am I doing? Oh, I have to. Oh my. It doesn't take much to confuse me, folks. If you know me by now, you know that it's not. Okay, now I have to make this a pocket. So this is going to get glued here. Boy, I was watching the weather last night. What crazy weather. Oh, my Lord.
Tornado go by and rip up a campground about a half hour away from here.
Oh, that one that went through Michigan. Jeez. I know most of those houses were manufactured homes, so they don't really stand a chance, but still. And then the snowstorm in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Foot of snow, heavy, wet snow.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. I can remember snow on Mother's Day where we lived in New York, but it's like almost June. I mean, great skiing, but it won't stay,
No.
It's all melting in heavy, wet snow.
Yeah, there was 4 people killed here.
Oh, dear.
With that tornado that went through.
Yeah, I think 2 people died in Michigan, they said.
I'm glad it was a half hour away. The winds were treacherous here. They were so bad yesterday.
Yeah, I remember you commenting on how bad it was there because it was kicking up all the pollen.
Yep.
And then I'll glue this. Make this a pocket. It was windy here. We still haven't had any rain. And it's people like over in Tampa, they've had tons of rain and high winds. We haven't had anything. We are in the middle of a drought. Let's see. And that should go like so. And that's another pocket. Yeah, I know. That's when I first learned how to do zines was from Dee Dee. Actually, no, actually, it was Caged Fish. I take that back. Another favorite that I miss.
And Janet Young, she does them.
Janet Young. Oh, well, hers are.
Hers are amazingly detailed.
Oh my God. They are just funny. The ugly duckling one is precious. And the way she prints it,
I know.
my Lord.
They're beautiful. Oh goodness. Sniffing.
So this is basically kind of like a zine, but you can see where Ava's just made lots of pockets. So I've got, yeah, I saw that. Absolutely poured where you were yesterday, Becky. So I got a pocket here, right? I got a pocket here. And I've got a pocket here. So that's a lot for one little thing. Now, I'm going to decorate it. I know you can't wait. Now, I'm going to use the stuff that she had that I printed out. And I'm going to do some stamping and just kind of do some decorating and such. And she'd put some, lace and put some stamps. My laser printer, I'm not real happy with the copies that I'm getting. And I think partly, I went cheap, and she also printed around these. I'm going to get a pen if you don't mind. I'll be right back. Get a fine point pen. I went cheap and I didn't buy the Brother brand things. And you pay, you get what you pay for.
Oh yeah, so inks do make a difference.
It makes a difference, It really does.
You wouldn't think. You think ink is ink, but
it's not. And I thought I got such a great deal on this laser printer but I didn't read everything,
No.
It's just it's a color laser printer. That's it. It doesn't copy. It doesn't scan.
Prints.
It prints. Period. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I have it loaded with, I've been using, I like it. I've talked about this before. I'm using something called resume paper. It's heavier than regular printing paper, but not as heavy as cardstock. But it's a nice weight. I guess you put your resume on it. Speaking of Amazon packaging, as I was earlier, I sent Becky in cardstock. I sent Becky some black cardstock because she's inspired me to use it, and she uses it all the time. And she mentioned she was getting down on it. And it was delivered not in any packaging at all.
Huh.
It was just like the regular plastic wrap, right? Around.
Like you're buying off the shelf at Walmart?
Like you're buying it off the shelf with an Amazon sticker on the front of it. And that's it.
Huh. That's great.
And it came, it wasn't hurt or anything. She said it was fine. But she showed a picture of it. I couldn't believe that. I know they're trying to reduce their packaging. When you get something in a cardboard box, they want you to know that they're using less whatever to make their cardboard boxes. And when we're all supposed to applaud them and go, yay, good for you. And I am glad they're doing that, but that's also saving them a lot of money. So don't be playing holier than thou on this environmental thing. But nothing. She said they just slapped was a small tear on the corner, but the paper was fine. But my gosh, how cheap?
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, normally I have no issues. Normally everything is. I bought myself a new set. I've got these all over the place, and some of them are various stages of being dry, dried out, done. So I figured, well, the one way to fix that is just to buy a new set. So I'm going to do a quick stitch down the side. If I can manage to do that. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. I know this is not real exciting, but I'm not going to, don't think I'll be playing World of Warcraft today because I saw pictures of my son and daughter-in-law, and they are in New Jersey visiting her sister. So I won't be hearing from him today.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, we started playing, I guess about 2 months ago. And it's, we can talk, we can talk and chat while we're playing the game. And it's nice. I had played the game many years ago as a teacher. I would look at it through teachers' eyes, and I was asked to analyze it in terms of being educational and not just a video game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on educationally because there's an enormous amount of reading and following directions, which are things that many students struggle with.
Mm.
And there's a whole economy built into this game.
Oh, wow.
And there's trading and bartering and maps to read, map reading, following like a compass type of thing, looking at maps with compasses. And so there's a lot going on, really.
My son liked to design games.
Yes.
He would sit and draw the maps and draw the people and put all the personalities and everything in there. He enjoyed that.
Yeah. My older son, Dave, the guy that I'm playing World of Warcraft with, that's what he and his friend did. They hours, writing the code, writing the code for the games. Yep.
Kind of cool that they did that though, way back when.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to use some Amazon-y. I need something, to glue on. I always forget to get something to glue on. And like a magazine page or something, something. All right, here we go. Oh, that's perfect. Nice Tiffany. Oh, that'll be fine. Okay, let's see. So we'll use some Amazon here. Yeah, I bought a case of the little ones and big ones because sometimes, the big ones are good for certain things and then the little ones work better, for different things. Hi, Cat Hand and Nettie. I don't think I said good morning to you, Nettie. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am remiss. But I want to design, we've talked about this before, to design a new glue stick where you push it up and not twist it up so you can go all the way to the end. Now you can see how sticky this is. I can't get this off my finger. This is sticky. And then, of course, there's always using score tape or double-sided tape.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But that also comes off.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you, I mean, after what? 100 years or?
No, maybe 10.
Oh, okay. All right. Score tape and glue?
I've never not put both, but maybe both would be fine.
Yes. I see some, I've used both.
Scotch tape on a lot of things, it becomes brittle, right? The glue eventually, the tape stuff,
Yeah.
just like regular tape way back when, gets brittle.
Yep. That's true. Well, on the binding for the cow caboodle, the Cowgirl Journal, to the glue in the mechanism that became like the spine that holds all those little books.
Yeah.
That I used carpet tape and glue.
Well,
to put
that
that.
they,
Yeah. Yes, Lori says at 10 years all bets are off. Yeah,
yep.
I would think that's yeah.
Yeah, I've been arting for quite a while. I had
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
ancient.
Okay, well that's true. Yeah, I forget. I forget that you've been at this for a few years.
Quite a few. I've
You're not a newbie.
No, way back when I was like 17, 18 years old, I was doing at least 12 craft shows a year.
What?
Oh yeah, I was busy between woodworking, sewing, painting. I was going. I would pack my kids up when I was more like 20, 22. I was still doing them. And I would pack my kids up, take them with me, and have them in their stroller or playpen or whatever, and I would do all these shows.
Oh my gosh.
I've been doing everything as long as I can remember. And then my mom would come and she would help watch the kids. And
Oh,
oh yeah, this not my first rodeo.
no, I guess not.
On digital, because everything was basically I would phone different organizations and ask if they had openings in their craft shows, and then
Okay.
it's not it I was doing it before the digital age.
Oh wow. Now, are those type of craft shows where you'd have to buy a table?
Yep.
Okay.
And
I guess they are.
a lot of the time you had to pack up and take your own stuff.
Right. Right. And they were,
Out there all day long
gosh, with kids too in tow.
and with kids.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
So, and then I would set up, they would do some of their own art and stuff. So, way before the digital age, my kids were making their own stuff and sitting
Uh-huh.
out there and selling their own stuff. One time, they made a lot of money,
Oh, I bet.
more than
Oh,
I did.
well, because they got the cute factor going.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've been doing this like forever. And then before that, arting with my mom and doing different
Mhm.
that.
So you truly have journals that are where you would have issues with
Yeah, I've
glue
had
coming undone and tape.
yes.
Yeah.
So I've been professionally arting for almost 45 years.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's yeah, Mary Lou says craft fairs are long gone. Yeah.
Well, they still have them here, actually. I just got notification that says, "Do you want to come?"
Oh, cool.
They're still going on here. A lot of the farm area, they put on a lot of different types of craft fairs, farm fairs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of functions that are still happening in the country areas.
Yeah, that's probably where you can get the homemade jams and all of that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to, the only fairs I remember ever going to were, like the church fairs, not like, well, I guess they have arts. Before COVID, they had art. Yeah, I guess you'd call them a fair or art show, like a
Art
side
shows. Yep. Yep.
where you could buy the art. You could buy the art from the artist right there.
Yep. They have, when I lived at a different spot, I used to go down. They would have every year, they'd have all artists and stuff. They had nice setups and pottery and all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, if I would have kept at it though, I probably and not have deleted my first channel, things probably would be a little different.
Um,
But sometimes you got to do what life takes you to
right.
do, a different path for a while, and then you get back to doing.
Yep. Now you're back in it with gusto, vim, and vigor, and you're hitting it hard. But I think
Well,
it's too bad that you've got to. I mean, yeah, I guess the hardest thing now is to get those 4,000 hours. That's a lot of. That's just.
yeah, and to get that, it's basically people running your playlists for you.
Yeah, I got to do that for you. Just put it on in the background, right? And just.
Yeah, basically that's all it is you just take and you just turn it on, and you can't turn the volume off, because if you turn the volume off, it doesn't count.
Well, you can just have the volume low. They don't.
Yes, turn it down low or plug your earbuds in so you don't hear it.
Well, and I'm assuming you have playlists.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have a main playlist, which is the Magical Touch Studio. And if you go to that playlist and click on it, it will run every single video I have.
Oh, cool.
And then I have things sorted out too. As far as painting, journaling.
Oh, okay.
I have a playlist for everything. And then if one thing fits into each category, I put that video into each category. So
Okay.
playlists are pretty helpful when people only want to watch certain things.
Uh-huh. Okay. See, I don't have a playlist.
Playlists are really important if you think about it. You go in, I have a place for lives, live streams, for collabs. I upload collabs into a collab playlist.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
You can pick multiple playlists. Well, you create them yourself, but
Well, I have a playlist that shows like the stuff that I like to listen to. That's like,
yeah. And I have, different ones. So you can create whatever fits for your own video.
right.
And then if somebody just wants to see your journals, they would click on your journal playlists. Yes, tags are very important also.
Yeah, I just discovered the tag thing. So I just
Oh, I've had tags. I just didn't put as many as they say you can have, but you gotta break everything down with your tags. Like for sewing, you put your fabric, textile, needle, thread, stitching, stitches, all of those words.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
So
Yeah, I want to go back and add. Well, we talked about this the other day. Is miniatures because I made that little Winnie the Pooh room.
yep.
So that's miniature.
Miniature diorama, just
Mm.
different words that you can add in.
No, I got diorama miniature because I did that other one with the art. Remember that we had to, we did that. And I had an art studio. It was an art studio, but I had my living room and bedroom and then art studio. And it was I guess that was the diorama. But it was it's 3D.
See, Mary Lou said she was looking through your channel this morning for a playlist.
Okay.
So I guess you got a job to do.
Well, yeah. Every little bit helps. This is true. This is true. But I just can't.
Your channel is growing beautifully, though. I mean, your subscriber count's going up, and you'll soon be able to have your 4,000 hours. So, and even thumbnails make a difference when you're doing thumbnails. When I just post a upcoming live, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'll just post my logo or my channel front. And then afterwards, I'll create a logo of the finished product.
Oh, okay.
Thumbnail of the finished product and then upload it. So thumbnails are another thing people look at. So if there's nothing, like your Alice in Wonderland journal, take a picture of the front cover.
Yeah, that's
Put it into your art program. Do some wording over the top of it, like Alice in Wonderland, or be something creative. I've stopped doing my something creative, but at least I post my photo.
Yeah, I like to put like funny photos, I mean, I didn't have anything funny for this, but still, I know what you mean. Yeah. And actually, I should put together, because I should do. Well, I've got this caboodle kit. I should go through and I should put together the funky fish and this one together and Alice together. So they're all kind of in one area.
Yep. Because your journals are amazing. Like, they are so detailed and so much to look at. They're awesome.
Oh, and I have the journal. I have the journal that I made for Define. I have that on a video too.
Yep, everything. And you know what? Even if you don't have videos of some of your journals, even if you want to upload different pictures that you have, you can put it into a slideshow and upload it as a video.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Lots of good things.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Oh, I wish I had made this I had made a junk journal. Yeah, a journal flip playlist would be great. Yeah. I made a junk journal as a wedding gift for a faculty member at school. She was a history teacher. I was the head of the history department. So,
oh wow!
And they didn't know. No one knew. No one knew what a junk journal was. And I had made it out of a composition notebook. I had cut it down. I had cut the composition notebook down, and I reconfigured it and covered almost all of glued the pages together and almost. But I had, like, again, pockets and tabs and all sorts of stuff, right? And I sent out a letter to the faculty saying that this was in my mailbox, and if you wanted to, get it and write and there's plenty of journaling spots. If you wanted to write Sarah a note and maybe leave her a little something, So I would check on it, and most days, the journal was not in my mailbox, meaning it was out. And I would go find it because, it wouldn't be in circulation. And I would find out that some teacher had it because they were just so, fascinated by it that they kept on going through it, and they didn't pass it on to the next person. So I said, no, you gotta, and then, they stuck stuff in there. So when I gave it to Sarah, I went through it, and there was probably over $300 worth of checks and gift cards in it,
Oh,
and they were hidden all over the place. And I said, there's a lot in here. You're going to have to, open every little thing that opens uh, to make sure you find everything that's in here, because there's stuff stuck everywhere. So I hope they found everything. But that was that was fun, because it was for,
that's cool.
and again, the people in the school had no idea what. And I think that was the first one I ever made. I had watched, again. I watch. Well, we all watch. I'm a great watcher of things being done.
Yeah, me too.
An observer, a whatever you want to
That's
call
how
it.
you learn, though. That's how you learn to create and make your own.
For me, yeah. Well, for all of us.
Yep.
I never thought about. You went online yesterday and you typed in goofy animals, and then you got inspired to do your giraffes, and you did your own thing. And for typically me, I would be trying to draw something like that out of my head, which is like, who am I to be able to draw anything out of my head? But I think I never think to do that. And I know a lot of people go to Pinterest to get ideas. I never think to go to Pinterest. And I know that that's just like huge.
That's like having your own, what do they call them? Design board.
Yeah.
It's, instead of hoarding magazines and stuff like that for inspiration, it's all digital.
Yeah, exactly. And I never think to. Now, this is a digi download from this Ava. And I got the one that's all in German. But that's okay. Well, this isn't in German. But that's okay. I don't care. So, but I'm going to have to. I have some pins. What do they call them? Pins on Pinterest.
Yeah.
I think that it's amazing. Even for recipes and stuff. Yeesh.
Oh yeah, I find a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Becky posts a lot of pins from Pinterest.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. Becky's a big pinner. She's a pinner from way back. Well, I got out my George Foreman. I had one of the original George Foreman grills. From oh my gosh, I don't know how many years ago he first came out with those. It's a tabletop grill, and he had a cookbook. And I haven't used it. I've lived here 6 years, and I had put it in a cabinet out in the garage. And I've been eating a lot of salads for dinner, and I like, meat. So instead of buying cold cuts, which are expensive, I thought, well, just buy some boneless chicken breasts and grill them off on the George Foreman. And then you can slice that up and have my own, cold cuts of chicken on my. So I got it out yesterday, brought it in, opened it up. I did one heck of a job cleaning that the last time I put it away, because it was like brand new when I opened it. It was well cleaned and ready to go. And I was very impressed with myself. Anyway, I pounded out the chicken breast and I marinated in a little of the Greek salad dressing. And I have the George Foreman, he had a little cookbook that went with it. And he said 2 minutes. 2 minutes and it's done. And I thought, 2 minutes is a little, that's a little short on time. And so I started out at 2 minutes, and it wasn't done at 2 minutes. But I think maybe at 2 minutes, if the meat, they never tell you, and it's very important, obviously, whether, you're putting a slab of meat at room temperature or out of the refrigerator on a grill. That's a big difference in the cooking time. In most
Yeah.
recipes, very few recipes specify whether it's room temperature or out of the icebox refrigerator. So I'm assuming that 2 minutes time was room temperature, because after 2 minutes it wasn't done. But another minute, 3 minutes, and it was perfectly cooked, perfectly moist. Came out great.
Thank you, Janet.
I was very happy with myself yesterday because I don't really cook much anymore. How are we doing? Okay, we're doing good. Chattering away here
It's all right.
about nothing. Yes, Becky, I know. Now, Becky, when you go to Pinterest, do you go there with a specific? Are you looking for something specific, or you just go and just start browsing? Plays in soil. That's Scott, isn't it? Or plays in soil is you? Oh, plays in soil is Becky. Scott is primate using tools or tool using primate. His is funny. I think she'll
Yeah,
tell
I
me.
think it's something like that. I can't remember totally right off.
Huh?
I can't remember it exactly,
I think he's.
but it is something that, yeah.
Let's see. Lately, I just look at what they offer. Okay, and they know what to kind of show you because you're on there and you're looking at certain things and they know what you like, I guess, and they tap into that. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of like Amazon. Here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay, they go by what you've saved. All right, that makes sense.
Or follow, yeah.
Now, this is when I go there, when I go to Pinterest and then I go to say I see something that I like and I click on it, it doesn't necessarily, most times it doesn't really take you to like a YouTube video. It just takes you to
Picture, and then you have to go either click the read now to go or go click go to website or something like that to
yeah.
see anything else.
Okay.
It's just like an advertising agency.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. That's. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Because I wanted to find out more about. Hi, Kathy Howell. Janet popped out to walk the master Freddie. Hey, Janet, how did how did Freddie's first day on the job go? Inquiring minds want to know. Tool using primate. Okay, that's Scott. Tool using primate. I knew it had tools in it, and I knew it had primates in it. Hi, Lena. No worries, no worries. I'm glad you could stop in. I'm cutting out ephemera.
Hi, Lena. Nice to see you.
And Carol is painting her giraffes.
Yeah, finishing them up.
Her goofy giraffes, I guess.
Whimsy.
Whimsical, whimsy. Yes.
Cartoon. Whatever you want to call them.
Oh, and we are still waiting for our first visit. Then they will set us. Oh, okay. Quirky. Okay, so you're still okay. See, I couldn't live without one of these too. And I could have lived without one of these very easily.
Corner thingy.
Yeah. Because That doesn't work.
I don't have any of those tools. I have a envelope maker that does the same thing.
Yes. And I love watching Ava use her envelope maker to do this because she is a master at using the envelope maker to do this. Absolute master of it. All right, let's see if I can't do something here that's more than. Kathy, hi, and bye will return. Okay. Oh, Lily, you got to be kidding me. It's 10:45. You've got to be kidding me.
We had fun.
Jeez, I mean, well,
I find it goes a lot faster. Time just flies.
I know so much. Yeah, it does when you have a partner.
Next Saturday is my stitch party.
Ooh.
So I can have up to 6 people on if anybody is interested next weekend.
Yeah. I know what I want to stitch. I should probably save it for then.
I'm going to try and work on my my hexagon quilt.
Ooh.
Because I need to get that black border done, and me sitting here by myself, it's not working.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to make the placemats.
Oh.
I have, the leftover cantus quilt that I cut up,
Yep, the Cantha quilt.
Cantha quilt. Yeah. I had enough pieces to make 2 placemats.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to use 2 pieces of material so I can have, it'll be a little bit thicker, and I can have, but I need to sew them together. And I guess I should probably use a blanket stitch to maybe, I think that's what they use, or an X stitch, to stitch around. And then I would like to sew something around the perimeter, right? To sew the 2 pieces together.
Oh, yeah.
And then do the canthos type of. Okay, I just got a Pinterest drop down. I didn't understand. Anyway, and then do the canthos like stitches, the big wide stitches through the middle of it. I mean, even though it already has the canthos stitches, I mean, I could get 4, but then I think they'd be too thin if I think it's better if I put the 2 pieces together. Yeah, there was not enough material to do matching napkins, so. But it'd be nice just to have the 2, it'll be nice to have the 2 placemats. I don't have a like a dining room in this house. I mean, I guess I could. But.
Well, I do, but I don't use it anymore. I'm mostly in the living room anyhow.
Yeah, I have a dining area, but this is where this craft monster is. But I have a glass top table out on the porch, so that's where I have dinner. I out on the porch. Oh, Lily, no, don't you even think of, you little. No. Oh, my Lord. You cannot come up here. There is not. It's always amazing to see how cats can walk over and under and around, and there can be hundreds of things in the way, and they'll manage to. Look at all this. I put all my Timmy ephemera together in one box, and it's so fun to go through it. I had so much of this, and I never use it.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca. Good morning. And I know that there's a little hand in here somewhere. And I saw it. I even bought stitching stuff. Well, oh, that's what I was looking for. That's it. Yep. Cigar box. Every time I go to the liquor store and ask for cigar boxes, I'm always there on the wrong day. So I gotta find the right day. I'm afraid that, yes. I'm a Timmy hoarder too, and I want to stop being a hoarder. I want to be a Timmy user, not a hoarder. I started a Timmy journal that Joggles made, and she made it all with Timmy stuff. And I want to, maybe I'll work on that. That's unfinished business. Hey, I had 2 finished things though today. That was good.
Yeah.
That's good. And what's the other thing? Well, I guess I have to make a decision whether just to go ahead and glue those composition pages together.
Bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori. Toodles. You know, or find something else. But you know, if you're a purist, then you really want to be able to use the composition notebook. And I know there's various qualities of these. Were the ones that you get at the beginning of the school year that Walmart sells for 50 cents a piece, or sometimes even a quarter. They're really the cheapy.
And there's my pages all done.
Oh, they came out adorable. Oh, Lordy, look at him. Oh.
You see that when the light isn't glaring and making it
I
fable.
love the eyes. The eyes are precious. It came out great. Now that's with the Fudo so weak.
The outline is, yes.
And then you painted it with
Gouache.
gouache.
My gouache.
Gouache. Yeah, I gotta try out. I bought gouache paint. Have you used it? No.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the matte finish. And with anything though, your markers do, you have to wipe them off occasionally to keep them going. So because of the paint. But yeah, I'm really liking how this journal's coming along.
Yeah. Well, the colors are so rich.
Oh, and I did this page. I had that balloon done before.
Oh, okay.
And then I drew this page.
Oh, wow.
I didn't post a picture of this one yet.
That one's cute too. Very cute. That's watercolor though, right? That's not gouache.
Yes, this is watercolor and color pencil.
And color pencil. Okay. That's what I thought. But it looks great.
But definitely want to get back into doing some more Linda Berry exercises. And I have to figure out something to put on this page.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done in colored pencil too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's color pencil. And then I used that gel pen, that sparkly gel pen.
Okay.
He has a little bit of glitter in his, I can't see it.
Oh, okay. He's got glitter in his hat.
No, yeah, a little bit there around the stars, and I put some streaks in his beard, but you can't really see it.
Is that the glitter Gel pen.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
not
it's called Glimmer or Glitter.
glimmer or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those. I got from.
But this book is coming out pretty cool. And these are coming out of drawing, how-to drawing books. Some of these pictures.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I look at them on the computer on my how-to drawing, and then
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
draw it, but it never comes out like it. It's never identical when you draw something.
Right. All right. Let's see. See, I don't know how this is going to work. I thought these books would be perfect for this, but I'm not sure.
This is the last one I did.
Oh, I love the birds. Those are adorable.
They're done with gouache and with the same Fudo pen. Fuda.
Fuden.
Anyway, this was a background, and all of this is watercolor and gouache. All of this through the stencil. That's why it looks so messy. And I really didn't care for it because it was like, well, what am I going to put over it? It just didn't look good. So I ended up putting the birds on the page.
Well, I like the birds, and because I have so you could stick that in there, and then this could just flop around, I guess, and I could go, oh look, there's Julia.
or tuck it into the top of the tea bag where you're next to your staple, so it's not flopping.
Oh, like this, yeah.
Tuck it inside.
Like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get a whole bunch in there.
Oh, thanks, Dixie and Becky.
Yeah, I love watching. I love
that I was putting into it.
I love when you post all your pictures.
Now, after I get done, because I have everything out, I probably just spur of the moment I end up doing something, but I have to figure out what I'm going to put on this page. And I have to learn to scan them.
That's a nice page, though.
Some of them come out really, really nice, and then I forget to scan them and save it. So if I ever get a color printer or ever want to do some digital art, that
you have it. Yeah. But that's watercolor, right? That's
this?
No, the other page, the other one.
Yes, this is watercolor, and then the outside is colored pencils.
Okay, all right. Because that's really pretty. It's very, ethereal.
I have fun doing watercolor backgrounds and ink backgrounds.
That's all. What I enjoyed yesterday was, and I think I told you that in the comment, was you just shared. I mean, you explained the process so clearly that I could really understand it, and I really, because I never give that. You start with the light, you go light to dark, and again, you did all of the the process, which was so helpful for me. I just,
Thank you, Janet. Janet posted my link to set the reminder for next Saturday for my stitching live.
Okay, that's super.
So Deb is on tonight.
Yep.
At 5.
See, look, I got one in, and I can pull this out, and there's.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
And there's Fred. That's another Fred. His brother and he were both named Frederick.
Oh, wow.
And I know. And so he went by Fred, and his brother, who was Frederick Robert, went by Robert. But both of their first names were Frederick.
What were the mothers thinking? So you don't have to confuse your kids and run down the line like my mom used to do. There was 5 of us kids. I was the only girl.
Oh, wow.
And, you would think that, they'd get the names right. But when they'd start calling them off, my mom would sing them out. And she'd yell, Tommy, Bobby, Jimmy, Carol, Eddie. It's like, seriously?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
Well,
she.
George Foreman named all of his kids George.
Oh wow. But yeah,
Here's a
the things you remember, right?
yeah. Here's another Fred. Oh, there's Julia. I'll put this Fred because that's Dora. They were known as the Heil sisters, Josephine, Dorothea, and Julia. Now, my mother's maiden name was Heil, and they were going to give that to my father as his middle name, but they figured Heil Horenberger wouldn't sound too good with Heil Hitler. It was not really that was not a good idea. So they gave him a different. So I got a couple. I can get a whole bunch. Well, I don't know how many I'm going to get in here, but that was the whole purpose, to kind of do these.
That's kind of cool idea.
Yeah, that's just, yeah. And she made another style too, using, again, the whole premise was a single 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Oh, Lily, really?
I hear that.
Really?
That's so cool.
Wow. Oh. You know when she used to get fed? She used to get fed at 5:30. You see what she's done to the time?
Oh,
It's 11. She's pushed it back. I mean,
she
and
says, "I'm gonna eat now. I'm off schedule. Thank you."
and the other day I said to myself, I'm just going to feed her whenever she starts me on. I'm just going to be feed her and be done with it.
Yeah.
And then she forgets.
She won't ask.
But then she forgets. But you're talking, yeah, Mom. But Mom, you're talking to your, yeah. I think that's it. And then she forgets that she's been fed because she's, and starts looking for it. Right. I guess we should get. Oh, it's after 11. I guess we should get off.
Well, it's up to you. It's not set in stone.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You can do whatever you want to do. Everybody else does.
Well,
people always just give a starting time and you never see an ending time.
I never thought about that. You're right. I have never seen anybody say, okay, I mean, I'm streaming from 9 to 11. You're right.
No. If you go over, you go over.
Well, I don't know that there's anybody on now. I'm sure there is, and somewhere. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere streaming, but
probably. But that's you're not going to be able to accommodate.
No.
First.
No. And we are very. I think we are very conscious of the group of the circle of people that we watch. We're very cognizant of.
Yes. And respectful.
Sometimes people go over a little bit.
Yeah. Crap happens. But
that happens. If they're in the middle of something. Yes, you do you. Thank you. No need to worry.
I love her signs. I do what I want to do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or do you not? No, I do not. Well, I'm enjoying embellishing and using some tape. It's another thing. Oh, you know what? I saw this really cool, and I want to do this maybe next. I mean, I write these things down because I'd never forget them. But this person, they made like a master board, and it looked like it was probably on like a larger piece. Like, isn't there a 17 by 11 size watercolor paper? I think 17 by something. It's
7 by 14 or something like
that.
Yeah,
like she did a masterboard type of thing, and all she put on it was stickers, hundreds of stickers. It
Oh,
was so colorful. It was so cool. She just got out all her stickers and just started sticking them down. And I don't think she used washi tape. It was like stickers. And I've got a lot of stickers. That would be a fun thing to do. I'm thinking. I like doing the little, I guess, master boards. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that a great stencil? And that you made that stencil, right, Carol?
I cut it out myself,
Yeah.
but it might have come from the Silhouette store.
Oh, okay.
You know, $1 compared to, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I cut my own. And it's easy to create your own stencils.
Yeah, I've made quite a few stencils, but they're not they are, well, like odd shaped, like squares, nothing really elaborate. If I need something, I'll make a stencil. So I don't have, so I'll make a little stencil. I tried making stencils. I bought some like acetate or whatever, the stuff. I mean, I'd saved the packaging plastic, but I bought, thinner stuff. And then I bought a, what do you call it? Not a soldering iron, but the other thing that's like a wood burner thingy or whatever. And I tried doing the stencils by, putting a fine point on that and then melting the plastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To make the stencil. And the only problem is you end up with like a ridge.
Mm.
If that makes sense. You kind of get a ridge action going. So that was not a successful venture. But I saw somebody do that, because I don't think I would have thought of that all by my lonesome, but maybe I did. I don't know. So the only problem with these things is that they get tangled up, even though you are very careful.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And
I have some tags that have, the strings on it. And, it doesn't matter if you have a little piece of paper on the end or not. They still all get tangled up.
yeah. And I had these all separated. And now this is just, well, I'm not going to deal with it. I got Fred, another Fred, my brother Fred, who was named after his grandfather Fred. We were not very creative when it came to naming people in the family.
It's a unique heritage.
Yeah.
Ancestry.
A lot
Ancestry would go crazy with all those names.
Yeah. Well, we had a cousin who went to Germany and found the Hornberger families, like whatever, and found the family coat of arms. And he did a beautiful family tree that, I guess, it went back to like the 1730s. He did a really nice job on it. And then I had a cousin who embroidered it. He actually took a picture of it and made an embroidery of it. It's gorgeous. See, this is my kind of stencil, and I'll show you how exciting this is. This is the extent of my stencil making. Let's see. All right, let's see. should get out those little brushes that you have. I have those little makeup brushes too. They are cool.
I used to have maybe about 10 years ago or whatever, something like that. Yeah, about 10 years ago. I used to have a Timmy thingy.
The thingy for Timmy. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to. And
Yeah.
then Luna found it.
Oh,
Guess what? It didn't look like a little sponge thingy anymore.
all right. Well, so
And
there's
more
my stencil.
injury.
That's the extent of my stencil here. Doesn't look too bad. Well, I did the. I bought the, like, at the time I bought the complete set of the Distress Oxide inks, and then I did the little thingy on the back, so I can take this and put it here. So it's a storage for the little pad that goes on this. But I like the makeup brushes that you got.
Yeah, I really, really do like these a lot better than
These.
yeah.
Yeah, I have them. I think I bought 5. Like these, yeah, I think I got
They
a
really get
set
into
of 5.
the details of the stencils so nicely.
Yeah, people don't use these anymore because they're not very efficient. I guess a lot of people have switched to that dome.
Yeah, but they're good for edging.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me get another one of my exciting stencils.
And
Oh, sorry.
almost the same way as you use that for your edges, so you don't get hard lines. You have to work from the outside in of your pages.
Yes, and I really am not. That's like a technique that
Yeah,
I'm not really good at.
bringing it in. So it's like brushing towards your page to do your
And you
edge.
kind of have to do a like that, yeah. And I have trouble. I have trouble doing that. There was a stencil that I made here. Now I can't find it, of course. Yep. It was a really cool one too. I can't find it. Got my. I was doing trying to do a Mary Beth Shaw mixed media page, and she had a really cool stencil. And of course, I didn't have that stencil, so I made one very similar to it, and it worked. You know, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of stencils. I have some more of these, you know, the 3-ring binders that you get, and you know the plastic dividers.
Yes. Those
That's
are good.
Oh,
That's
they
what
were
that is, right?
fabulous. Yeah, this is the plastic divider for the 3-ring 3 binders.
Yeah, and that works.
Cool. Becky finished a spread in her old composition journal while watching.
Good. You're gonna share.
See it. And I don't know if you've seen it, but Vanessa Angel Rose wants to talk to you after the stream.
Sure. I'm not in trouble, am I?
When somebody says, "I want to talk to you after class,"
We used to get that from that principal. She would send you an email, "I want to see you in my office," and she would never say about what. So then you'd be worried the whole friggin' day. And then, we complained about it, and she laughed. And she did that on purpose. She admitted that she did that on purpose to make us feel ill at ease. And I thought, you be, yeah. And then she promised to stop doing that, but she didn't. Bad habits.
Mm.
I mean, how hard would it be to, finish the sentence? I'd like to see you in my office about,
Yeah. Give me a reason.
not just the command. And now she wants to be, okay, all right. As long as I'm not in trouble. All right. She said, I'm not in trouble. All right. I feel a lot better. Thanks for telling me
Clarifying, yes. That's funny.
So here are my little people stencil. See my little people? I've used this quite a few times.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I need to cut myself some more new stencils. I have a ton of silhouette designs. It's just,
Now is that in a machine?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Is that that's like the circuit?
Cameo. I have the Cameo, the Silhouette Cameo 3.
Okay. All righty.
I have it for like about 6 years, and I've used it a handful of times. I
Okay.
used it to create my cauldron with my logo, which I've
Oh,
been
okay.
considering bringing back my cauldron and putting my TMT in it
Uh-huh.
because it was kind of cool, and it still combines the two names.
Uh-huh.
So I have to make myself some more stickers. Mine were always vinyl, though. I love cutting vinyl on my Cameo. I've made a lot of car decals and
Okay. I was just going to ask you, what did you do with them? Okay.
oh yeah, and they went out to Calgary actually.
Right.
So I made a bunch of those and
That's cool.
stencils. I have a lot of vinyl that I collected like way back when I first got it.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff is for like when you put a non-permanent stencil
Mm-hmm.
and you can put it on your walls then, that kind of design vinyl.
Ooh. Okay.
I have some of that, and I have the specific vinyl for outdoors, and I've got some for just making designs for in your book. And
Oh, wow.
I have the 3D modeling software and the business software for my silhouette. And I got that right away when it was, well, that was my Christmas present one year.
Uh-huh.
So I got the top design software.
Oh, cool. So there's
And
my
I was supposed to get going so I could sell some of that stuff, but I didn't get there. I got sidetracked. So it's an option of things coming up. I should set it up next to my computer because I have the space to do it
Okay.
and start creating some stuff. I want to create more journal size stencils.
Yes. That fit the journal size page, so it's not real
Yeah,
awkward.
just
Yeah.
like this. That's why this is only so big.
Right. Yeah. Well, look how
I
tiny my
size
people are.
Yeah, I size them for what I need. I love those people though. They're pretty cool.
I think, yeah, I like them too. Yeah. I saw them somewhere, something similar, and I made them.
Well, now they're your own because they're not exactly like what that other person.
So, and here's a stencil that I made that I really like, and it's because I like this one. I'm going to try to put this one down. I like that brown on this brown. This is Rusty Hinge. I think it looks good on this. It's got a little bit of.
Those are the non-permanent ones, aren't they?
Yeah, these are the. Yeah, I want to get. I want to buy what you have.
Yeah, they have more colors, but
No, I
all
want to
in,
get.
all in
Yeah,
due time. Right now is not due time, so
yeah, I want to get the archival ones that you have, and I guess you can get a basic set.
yeah, this was a basic set of 4. I don't know where the last
Oh,
one
that's
was.
right. They do come in. They do come in fours, right?
Yeah, and they have a lot of colors too, which is really, really nice. But I don't have any other colors, so I'm making do.
Right. Well, I've got black archival. I have coffee grounds, geranium red, and there's 2 others that I have not used in so long, and I'm sure they're all dried up. So this is pretty slim pickings here too. I don't think there's much left of this. But
Let's do an experiment.
I know people say that you can give them a little squirt of water to kind of revive them, but I've never done that.
I have
Have you
some
ever done that?
inks. I got some in the lid. And I'm going to use this brush. And I'm going to take this stencil again.
Okay.
Dip my brush into, well, I can't. I got to pour some ink in here. Oh, make a mess. Every time I use ink too, I'm always making a mess. It seems like it never fails. So I poured a little bit of ink. I'm going to try these brushes with this wet.
Okay, let me make you big. Let me make you big, because I want to see this.
I've never done this before, so
That's why I want to make it big. There you go.
these are one of these little makeup brushes thing, and I put some acrylic ink in here. Like you could use Liquitex or any kind of other inks that's liquid. Let's see how it works because I've never used a liquid on it. So
Okay.
we're going to see how smeary and how well it blends. This is new. I've never used this kind
It
of.
looks good. The only thing I'd be afraid of, it might seep underneath the stencil, but man, the color is great.
So it does seep into the brush.
Yeah,
So
it does.
you can keep going. And this, like I said, this is a wet. It's wet, and you can see what it does to the brush.
Well, that brush now is going to be blue only.
Yeah, pretty much blues and purples.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now I'm not overly saturating the brush because you don't want it to get super, super underneath the.
Right.
And it'll fade out as you go when you're running out of ink. It's fading out. I see.
Yeah. You can see that. Yeah.
So let's go down just a little bit further. I put a little bit more on.
So that's acrylic ink or acrylic paint with water?
This is acrylic ink.
Okay, I have some of
Almost like you could get in the Liquitex, or
yeah.
You can use the.
I have some of that.
Okay, here comes the reveal. It works fabulous.
Beautifully. Oh, that's great. Look how wonderful that looks. Didn't bleed underneath at all.
No, it didn't. I like that. So that opens up a whole lot more options.
Yes. And it goes on so much faster than the regular ink pad stuff.
Yes, it does. I have a less amount of time.
Right. I
mean,
you'd be rubbing forever to get that if you were using ink pad ink.
Yes, yes. So did chat stop, or is
I don't know.
No, nobody's said anything since.
Well, maybe let me refresh.
Oh, there's Nettie. Nettie's there.
Nettie, love it, Carol. Yep, I love it. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Nettie.
So you
Thank you.
can use your liquids. Just don't oversaturate your brush.
Yeah, you just dipped it, and you added some water to the ink or not?
Nope. No.
Okay, straight up, straight
Straight.
on the rocks ink.
Yep, straight on the rocks.
All right. I'll have to try that because I find it sometimes tedious, using because you
Going
have
back and forth, back and forth.
right. Yeah. I mean, I like this
Quite a
little
few
stencil that I made because it kind of looks like, the coffee ring stain type of thing.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I just cut this one out myself.
Oh, look at it, it's doing almost the whole stencil with that little bit of ink. Is it permanent ink? Maybe when it's dry.
Yeah, I don't know too much. I mean, I have some acrylic ink. We all bought the F&W acrylic ink a while back when it was on sale at Hobby Lobby. Everyone went. There was a rush enabled by Dee, so I couldn't live without it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it at Hobby Lobby though, because I don't like Hobby Lobby.
As soon as it dries, I'll test it, and we shall see. It can be, but most of the time I find when I use my watercolor backgrounds that if you're use a light hand to go over it, because the more you rub into your watercolor backgrounds, the more they're going to mush together. So I can go back over this, but I'm not going to sit here and scrub it. Look, it's not moving. So when it's dry, hi Malia, when it's dry, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So
and you just did that. So look how fast that dried.
Everything dries that fast in here. It just sucks the moisture right out of you, even my skin.
Well, that's not good.
But no, actually, I have no. You haven't seen me use a heat gun.
No, I have not.
For any of the things that I've done, I have not used a heat gun.
No, you're right.
It's all dry already.
That's amazing. Well, now I'm compelled to do that. So.
Well, that's what I'm trying to use what I have.
Yes.
Because
and I have that, and I never use it. And all I have to do is walk 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, it's just artists, acrylic inks, and it's the same as like Liquitex or like the F&W or aha! Look, I was on the bottle. Look what I did to my page. Oh crap!
What'd you do?
I made a mess.
Oh well, that's okay.
It's wet. No, I got ink all over me, and then it went onto my page. So while it's wet, I'm kind of blending it.
Okay.
Darn thing. Oh well. That's what I get. I thought I wiped it all off, but evidently not. There was a corner.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've got F&W, acrylic artist ink.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try it.
That was a fun exercise.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if now. I think it has a lot to do with the stencil too.
I don't know. Mine are thin and well covered in paint because
Right.
I looked at it this way. I can always cut out another one.
Right. Right. Well, I'm going to try it. You have
Look,
inspired
it
me.
didn't come through.
I'm going to do it too. I'm going to use blue
I can't see
also.
you.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I'll double this up here. I'll put it side by side. Oh, Lily, stop. You think you were starving. All right. I like the blue and brown, so no, no water, right? Just straight up,
Yeah, just very little
very,
bit.
just a little dab will do you.
Yep.
All righty.
And Becca, this was gouache and watercolor background. And I took a blue wash of gouache and put it over, and you can see even it's how much you are brushing in that area is how much it's going to lift and move. So if you're careful, you can actually create your depth with watercolor backgrounds.
Did you let it soak in a second before you started?
Yeah, I just put a tiny bit on and then
I get a
go
little bit on. There we go.
start in there and just swirl and swirl.
Oh man, that goes
But
on.
if you have too much on though, you will get
The underflow or whatever.
yes. So you have to just make sure it's in your brush enough.
Oh, but that goes on so easily. Oh man.
Let's just grab this one. I still have a bunch of blue. I'm going to make these ovals go sideways.
Look how easy this goes on. All right, let's see how successful I was. Woo!
And when you have bigger openings too, it makes it a little bit harder to do the stencil.
It didn't. It just went over a little bit here, but that's where I first put it down. But these are all fine.
I love how smooth it goes.
Yes, and these aren't smooth to begin with because these are hand cut. I cut these out myself with a pair of scissors. So this
Oh
is
wow.
this is a primitive stencil. But I just put a little tiny dab on the thing. Guys, you got to try it if you haven't. It's fun. It's almost
Yeah,
worth it.
I didn't know how the wet was going to work. I was going to try it later, and I thought, we'll just do it now while we're on,
Right?
and I'm still going strong.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We got 22 good souls that are here with us.
Oh, that's cool.
So thank you for being here. Yeah, I didn't put
And if
much on.
you're hanging in the attic, that's cool. Balcony, as some call it.
Balcony.
Workers. So this is fun. And look at how much you get to go. Like I only put that on once in this brush.
Oh, I like it. I mean, I even like this blue on the brown. It's I'll put other stuff on it, but I like it. I just think it's. I'll go up here. That is a good find, Carol. That's a fun thing that you have.
Bye, Mary Lou.
Bye, Mary Lou. Have a good afternoon. Now I'm not putting enough on. I'm getting too timid. But I do like it better than the sticking it in the ink pad. That seems to take forever.
Yeah. I like this.
I know what I'm going to do. No, I can't do that. What color is blue and yellow?
Green.
Okay. Because this is the only container I have, unless I wanted to get up and go into the kitchen. So I'm too lazy to do that. So I'm going to just put a little yellow in here. And I'm going to try to do the offset thingy. When I start here, I think I start.
A roast sounds good. I haven't had a roast in for a very
Who's
long.
doing a roast? Oh, woo, roast. A roast beast. And my ex-father-in-law was a big meat eater, and he loved cooking, huge, big standing rib roasts. And he would be at the head of the table with his carving knife and fork and hold court. He was the type of guy that held court.
Ceremony.
Yes.
Cutting the roast is a ceremony.
Yeah. They lived in this house on Staten Island that was like a castle up on a hill overlooking, the Staten Island and the entire New York City skyline. It was unbelievable.
This is amazing how much I got out of here, and it's still going. I got my whole page done.
Huh.
Very nice.
Wow. Look at that. Well, I kind of did I thought I was going to do but I think this color has to be, when you slide it over to get like a ghost effect, I think
yeah. Yep.
I don't know. You're not supposed to go over this color. You're supposed to just, but it's okay. Doesn't look too bad. I feel compelled though to do to the rest of them though. This is fun for me because I'm not much of an experimenter. So this is fun just to mess around. I can find it.
In the oven, Rebecca? Yeah, it is fun to just play and use up. I like this. This came out really cool. You can see the paint is starting to come off my stencils though.
Oh, yeah. I'm dipping it in the ink, and then I'm just giving it a little tap on a piece of paper just to knock off some of just in case I have too much.
And then that's why you need another paper off to the side to make a paper. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. Nice little background.
Yeah, it looks like it's raining ovals.
Well, one page is going sideways, one page is going up and down. But with the ink, I don't have the issue of writing on it as hard. Like if you're coloring in with a colored pencil and using marker because of the waxy effect.
Yes.
Or if you're using paint and then you want to use marker and it sticks to your marker, messes up your marker with the paint. So it's nice to have it all smooth with either watercolor or inks, and then you can use your marker right on it and then use your paint as your final.
I had my first blooper right here. It had something
right at the edge.
Yeah, right in the thingy there.
But such a cool idea.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That's phone. I need to have a. I have a thingy over here. I do. Oh, Lily, don't get excited. Every time I move,
It's time to eat.
no, it's not.
Yeah, see, I did this one with pencil, and then I went around it with a ballpoint pen
Okay.
to make it look scribbly.
Yeah.
But these I colored with colored pencil, and when you go over that, you have to wait until it's thoroughly dried before you can close your page
Yeah. Yeah.
because then the ink will transfer.
I don't know whether you can hear her or not. I don't think she's that loud, but she's funny.
She was you in a little bit,
You,
which is fine. She's got a nice quiet mew. Meow. Meow. Meow.
oh,
She's talking to me.
she's got the most pathetic look on her face. Like, can't you see that I am starving?
Yeah.
Of course, she has food in there. She's got a bowl full of dry food. There's always food available.
I'm waiting for this crew to start moving.
Yeah, I guess that's what's going to dictate when we get off when the animals start moving.
It's pretty much. I think that's the way I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
when they start saying it's time to go OUT.
yes, yes.
And yes, I have to spell.
Yeah, well,
Until they get smart enough to know OUT.
right. They will.
Yeah, I know.
They will, I'm sure.
It's like, no.
I would have really liked this if it hadn't been for this little blurpy here. I kind of like this kind of shadowy thing that happened with the yellow on top of the blue, but this kind of ruins it. But I can just go in like so and smear it, make it one big smear. Then it won't look like such an accident. Make a big smear.
Yeah.
There you go. And then I can say, look, I did that on purpose. Isn't that a pretty page? Because it doesn't match anything I'm doing, but I just wanted to do it. I can put a thingy back here. I can figure out something to do. I'm going to just dip that in water. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Dipped it in water, and you can't brush the side of it like you can with the brush. Don't do that. If you put it in the water, don't just leave it in the water because it makes a mess. All righty. So I got this.
A little drop goes a long way.
Yeah, it's amazing how much real estate you can cover by using that. That's a really good technique. Kathy Cowell says, yes, I cook for leftovers. Yeah, I like leftovers too. Like putting it in a slow cooker bag so cleanup is easier. Yeah, I've never used one of those. I know what you're talking about. I know a lot of people. I know the people, they put turkeys in them and roasts. I thought I couldn't live without an instant pot, and so I had to get one. I could have lived without it.
Really? My son just bought one.
Well, because I'm a single person and I don't cook like I used to cook. And, it's really not as instant as they tell you it is because, yes, things cook very quickly. But in order for it to get to the temperature at which it's going to start to cook, and then by the time it cools down to the temperature where you can open it, there's about like almost another 40 minutes involved in that whole process. Sometimes it takes 15, 20 minutes to get up to the, the cooking temperature, and then another 10 minutes for it to cool down. So it's not really as instant as you would, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Still a process to it.
Yes. And that it's not instant. I did make yogurt in mine because I has a yogurt maker.
That's cool.
Yeah, we used to make yogurt and buttermilk all the time. Okay, you have an air fryer? See, that's another thing that I was thinking of getting. And your daughter-in-law says the same thing. Yeah, it's not as instant as you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you have company, use both. Yeah, I have a crock pot. Yeah, I have a small crock pot. The original crock pot was a real pain in the ass to clean because it was all one piece, the whole thing. And you had to make sure that the cord didn't get wet. And, so you'd be cleaning it and the cord would be hanging over the sink, to make sure you didn't get it wet. And then they finally came out with one where the insert comes out and was much easier to clean. The George Foreman cleaned up, real well. I mean, most of the Teflon stuff has been worn away over the years, but right, it worked. I mean, I sprayed it, with some spray oil on the chicken before I put it on the grill. It didn't stick. Very happy. I will definitely do that again, for sure, without a doubt.
All right.
Well,
are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Me too.
I'm hungry
after all this talking.
Huh?
I'm hungry after all this talking.
Yeah. I'm thirsty. But it was lovely.
Yes, I had a fun time. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And the time flies. You got a lot done.
Yes, we did. Plus.
Yeah. Plus experiments. Yeah, I made a little book. You finished the giraffes.
Yep.
I made a little kind of book for a couple of these tags. I showed the caboodle kit and the spring journal, and we experimented with acrylic inks and makeup brushes.
Yeah.
And stencils. So I
Thank
think
you, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate your company. She's got the Ninja extra long baits, air fresh, and other stuff. I'm not sure. Okay. All right. All righty. So bye, folks. See you around the internets.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. You gonna hang around for a second?